Oh, you'll have to excuse me. I have an emergency patient suffering from the bloat. So look at this patient. It's so bloated, I can't even close it. So we're going to be taking the patient up to my examination room where we're going to see what measures we're going to take to make it lose some weight so it can make compliance for an Asian or European airline that is only allowing 7 kilograms. And if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Now, when talking about keeping our weight down to make compliance, our patient's going to have to be concerned about 4 different things. The weight of their bones, what their flesh comes in at, and by that, I mean the actual clothing, the amount of toiletries if you're taking it, and the amount of tech you're going to be taking. So before we can address the bloat of this patient, we have to address the bones of this patient. So I'm going to remove some of the bloat so we can address the bones. Okay. Now, the problem with our patient isn't the patient itself. It's a perfectly fine patient. The problem is the patient's bones are too heavy. So let me give you an idea of how heavy this very small patient comes in at. Our patient comes in at 2.75 kilograms, and that's a lot of weight. So I've consulted with my other partners, and they say that the bones must all be replaced. So we have several choices on how to replace these bones. Let me show you some of the choices. So when we're replacing with artificial bones, you have to pick the lightest kind of bones you can. Now, this particular set of bones is a 4-wheel kind of set of bones, which means that you can roll it. It has some weight to it. It comes in at 2.15 kilograms. So for those of you who don't do kilograms, that means this bag comes in at 4.7 pounds, as opposed to the other bag, which comes in at 6 pounds. And that's a lot of weight. But if you want to put more meat on your bones, there is an alternative. Or if you don't mind carrying something on your back, you can take an ultralight backpack like this one, and you can then put more meat on your bones. So let me tell you how much the backpack comes in at. And the backpack comes in at 1.4 kilograms. So with either of these sets of bones, you can put an awful lot of meat onto them. But you'll get more meat into this one than you'll get into that one. But you're wearing this one on your back, and this one you're rolling. So let's talk a little bit about the arteries of the patient, because it really does matter. You wouldn't think so, but it does. Now, even little things like packing cubes can add weight to your bones. And if you're concerned about weight, let me show you the difference in the weight of these 2 packing cubes. And by the way, I'm just going to point out that this is the bigger one. The weight on this one is 0.2 kilograms. And the weight on this one is 0.1 kilogram. So while I like the luxurious feel of these arteries, I'm going to be using these arteries because when I'm only dealing with 17 kilograms of weight, every ounce counts. Now, if I was taking this particular set of bones, I know I'm allowed to take along an additional bag. So I don't have to worry about tech bags going in here or liquid bags going in here. But if I was taking this bag, I might have to worry about my tech bag or my liquids bag going into this set of bones. But that being said, this is considered carry-on, and so I am allowed still an additional bag. So now let's talk a little bit about our weight issue that you saw earlier on in the video. Now, there was a lot of things wrong with the packout of this bag, and that's why it came in bloated. The first thing is it had a lot of shoes in there. It has 2 pairs of heavy shoes, these heavy shoes and these pair of boots, and that is 1 pair too many. Now, also, as a practice, you should be wearing your heaviest set of boots or shoes on your feet. But if you have to pack them, pack the lightest one. And the way to make sure it's the lightest one is to do this. So what you're going to want to do is put them in a plastic bag and weigh them. And the shoes come in at 9 kilograms. The boots are going in second, and they come in at 0.8 kilograms. Now, obviously, 2 things you have to ask yourself. 1, you cannot take both pairs of shoes with you. They take up too much weight in your luggage. And 2, is it worth it to you? Are you going to wear these shoes enough for them to take up literally almost 1/17 of your weight? You might want to exchange them for a lighter pair. If you're dying for a pair of boots, you might want to try these Hey Dudes because they came in at 0.35 kilograms, or my favorite pair of Avaya shoes, which came in at 0.45 kilograms, which is literally half the weight of those other shoes. And I still would not bring both. I would just take one. the one I was going to wear the most. And the same thing goes for a big heavy bag. You don't want to pack this even though it lays very flat. It's very heavy. You want to pack a bag that's way lighter than this bag. And for me, I would take this and the Vivaya shoes just because I love this bag and it weighs next to nothing. So let's talk a little bit more about the bloat you saw in that bag. This sweater added to the bloat. I mean, look at the volume that this is taking up. And even with a compression cube, it would still take up a lot of volume and weight. What I would trade it out for, 2 lighter pieces, like this sweater, and a layering piece to go underneath it. And look at the difference of how much space it's taking up. But let's check out the weight. After weighing it, this one sweater came in at 0.45 kilograms, and these 2 pieces came in at 0.35 kilograms. So you actually have 2 pieces of clothing that weigh less than this one. So get rid of the bloat. So now let's move on to some other bloating items. My hoodie. This takes up a ton of volume. Look at it sideways. Now you might say, I want a hoodie, and there are lighter alternatives. This is my bamboo zipper hoodie. And not only is it antimicrobial, so it won't stink, and it'll wash easy, it weighs a lot less. But it does the same job as the heavy hoodie. Also, I want to point out the difference in volume, because look at how much more volume this is taking up than this. And if I turn it sideways again, you can see very clearly that this is taking up a lot more volume. So now let's get the actual weight. And the difference is that this came in as 0.65 kilograms and this came in as 0.5 kilograms. And that's a lot of weight when you're playing with only 17 kilograms. Jeans are one of the ultimate culprits for bags going overweight. And that counts for jean jackets too, because they're just so heavy. So if you have to have a pair of jeans with you, wear them on the plane. You're going to suffer and be uncomfortable, but that's the price you have to pay for having your pair of jeans. Or the other way to do it is just pack less clothing. This is a massive amount of unnecessary weight. This is 2 weeks worth of bras, socks, and underwears. Don't do that. If you only have 17 kilograms to play with, you want to only take 7 days worth of underwear and 7 days worth of socks, because all of this adds up. So depending on your set of bones, the amount of meat you can put on them will depend on your set of bones. And if you don't happen to have a very light roller bag like I have, which is a Max Light 5, or an ultralight backpack like my Tom Tuck T66 ultralight backpack, then you're going to have to adjust your packing for the bags that you are working with. So if you happen to have light bags like that, then you can do maybe a 5-4-3-2-1 method. Or you might have to go with a modified 4-3-2-1 method, or you might even have to go with a 3x3 method, because you're dealing with a 17 kilogram bag. And also, you have to consider that second pair of shoes and a heavy handbag. You don't want to do that when you're only working with 17 kilograms. Now, let's get on to the tech bag. I keep my tech bag at an all-time minimum. I use this little thing as my tech bag. And while I realize that this might not work for everyone, and they might need a slightly larger tech bag than this one, let me show you how much I can get into this tech bag. So here is my tech bag fully stuffed. And I have everything I need to go away with for my trip. So in the front pocket, I have my cable for my computer. Inside the bag, and I'm going to show you so you know I'm not cheating, I have 3 short cables. And yes, I do use short cables because I use them as part of my charging system. This will do my headphones, this will do my laptop, and this will do any other accessory I need. My battery bank, which by the way comes with its own cable right here. My new Epica plug, which is just so tiny, and it comes with all these ports at the bottom here where I can plug in those little short plugs, and then this becomes my charging station. And finally, for my computer, the brick that goes with my computer. And I got that all into this little bag. And I don't think you can pack anything less. So that gets rid of the tech bloat. Now there's a lot of ways to get rid of the bloat in your toiletry bag, so you can get it into this little tiny bag like this. And one of the ways is you could use dry shampoo, or you can use a hotel shampoo, and liquids have a lot of weight to them, so that's one way. You could use toothpaste, tablets, although I personally do not like them. You can decant. And if you don't know how to decant, check out this video over here. And you only take what you're going to use on your trip. And if you do that, you'll be able to fit it into a bag this size. So now that we've gotten through some of the methods to get rid of the bloat of your bag, let's see how it works out for me when I go to pack out the Max Light 5 bag. So for this pack out, I'm going to use the 5-4-3-2-1 method, which is a big reduction in what the patient originally held. So let's talk about what I'm bringing with me. I'm bringing 5 tops, the 4 layering pieces, 3 pairs of pants, and I will attempt to get my jeans in there, my pajamas, 7 pairs of underwear, 7 pairs of socks, and a bra. And I'm going to take the lightest pair of shoes that I had, which were these winter Hey Dude boots, which I have to tell you, I do love. And they are very warm, but they're not waterproof. And that's what I'm going to attempt to put into the patient. And while I go and put these into their various packing cubes, if you have any questions for me, please drop them in the comments section down below, because you all know how much I love to hear from you, and I always answer everyone back. And if you're finding any value in this video and you liked it in any way, you know what I'm going to ask you. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. So I know you're going to want to see my patient's proof of life. So let me show you quickly what I got into the bag. One, 2, 3 pairs of pants. And you'll notice that I did bring the jeans. At the bottom of the bag, for stability, are my 5 tops and my 4 layering pieces. In this packing cube is the 7 pairs of underwear, 7 pairs of socks, 2 bras, and my nightie. And in this packing cube, I have my boots. Now, you might not realize how soft those boots are, as well as warm, but there they are. And I got them all into this bag, and I came in under the 7 kilogram limit. And even though this has an expansion, I did not use it. And that's because if I expand it, that means the bag is getting bloated. Now, there were 3 items I didn't put into this bag: my toiletry bag, my tech bag, and also another crossbody bag. And that's because that's all going into my personal item bag, which I am allowed, because I am taking a carry-on. So now my surgery is complete. I have a new set of bones, some better flesh in here that is healthier and leaner, and I have even its arteries functioning better. And the patient looks great. Wouldn't you agree? And if you would like to learn some of my surgical skills that I showed you in this pack out, why don't you check out these videos over here, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.